What is up, you guys? So, I keep seeing this riddle all through all social media, and I just gotta break this. I'm tired of people doing it wrong. I know the actual way to solve this riddle. It's actually a really confusing riddle, and for me being me, I'm the type of person that when I see a riddle, I'm like, man, why are you guys all doing this wrong? It's a simple riddle. So I decided today, you know what? I'm not going to keep fighting with everybody online that thinks I'm explaining it wrong or doing it wrong, because it's math. I'm very good with math, and if you think about it a little harder, it's actually really simple. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to join, and I'm going to read out the riddle to you guys, and I want you guys, as the viewers, to tell me what you think is the right answer. I'll wait a few minutes to give you guys how it's done, how it would equal to what it equals. But a lot of you guys, if you have me on Facebook or anything, or have Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, it's apparently going around onto like crazy, because that's actually where apparently this riddle started. I didn't know where it started. I just saw it today on Facebook, and I saw it on, no, I saw it yesterday on Facebook, I think, actually. But when I saw it, it was making me go insane with all these answers everybody's giving. So I decided, you know what, today I'm going to prove what it is. It's really hard for people to look at this and just not understand it to me. I'm very good with math, so I'm going to explain it. But this is the riddle. Give me 1 second to open it back up on my other tab. Alright. A thief walks into a store. He steals $100 cash from the register. The thief returned to the store and bought some goods under the clearance sale, where goods were sold at two. Well, this is a different one than I actually found. The one I found, though, is different. Okay, but this is the one I read. That one's weird and confusing to me, but this one is different. Thank you for subscribing, Love Ozzy. Alright, but the one I read is: a thief walks into a store, steals a $100 bill out of the cash register without the shopkeeper noticing. He then goes and buys $70 worth of merchandise from the store, using the $100 bill he had stolen from the store. The cashier gives him his change of $30. How much did the shopkeeper lose? So give me your guys' answers. I'm going to wait for a bunch of you guys to give a couple answers, and then I'm going to explain how the answer that I have is the right answer. Because I know what a lot of people are going to say. And the response a lot of people are going to say is wrong. There's two options a lot of people say. But I'm going to give you guys all the options that the picture I've seen says. Lady Vamp saying $200, $30, $200. The options are $200, $170, $130, $100, $70, $30, or nothing. So I see three 200s, 190, 130. I want to see a couple more answers before I tell you guys what's wrong and how you're doing it wrong. I understand where you guys are actually getting the amount that you think is a loss as a loss, but I'm going to explain how you're wrong. $30, nothing. Ooh, somebody's saying nothing. Big fan of Omar Gosh TV said nothing. The riddle is: a shopkeeper doesn't notice a thief steals a $100 bill from the cash register. The thief uses that $100 to buy $70 worth of merchandise. How much did the shopkeeper lose when the thief used? Thank you for the donation, George. Instagram vlogs or Gage. I'm sorry. How much did the shopkeeper lose after giving the thief the $30 and change? After he used $100 to buy $70 worth of merchandise. Brooke Back said $70. Deborah the Fam is saying $130. I'm looking at the comments here, and another thing on my computer, I can see the comments right here on my phone, and you guys can see it very small in just this little area, because that's how I have it set up. When people subscribe, it shows up over here. For some reason, though, it's not coming up over here with the super chat donations, but it does say them over here as well. In the very small area, you guys see it, but I see it here. So I'm bouncing back and forth in between two devices. Somebody said 30. Deborah the Fam says 30. Blake Colton says 30. Muse says 130 cash, 70 in product. So what's the total amount lost? Not just what's the amount lost, broken up. Just the total amount lost. It's a very confusing riddle, but for a lot of people, I should say, because I know the true answer. Bum bum bum. Mosey said 200. YouTube, you change so much on me. I don't like that. I don't like that. It has been so long since I've actually done Brokeback the Fam changed to 140. The Snake King saying 30. Thank you for the donation, Gage. Alright, so you guys get your last guesses in on what you guys think it is. I've given you guys it a couple times, but I'll say it one more time. A thief walks into a store, steals $100 cash, $100 bill from the register. He uses that $100 to buy $70 worth of merch. The storekeep gives the thief $30 in change. How much is the storekeep out? Thank you, Blake, for the donation. MySpace says 200. Anita says 100. The big fan of oh my gosh is changing to saying nothing. The Snake King is still saying 30. Alright, before I give you guys the answers, explain it now. I want you guys to explain it, because Bambi is saying 75. Stefan Jester is saying 30. I need Tylenol. I'm sorry to hear that. A lot of people will need Tylenol after I explain this, because I'm a bit out to get all mathematical on y'all and explain how every single one of y'all's answers so far has been wrong. I even posted on a private social media of mine that just has a couple people that I personally know on it. I'd give you a prize if you get it right. I wasn't telling anybody what the prize was. I just said, get it right in your first try, and I'll give you a prize. We ended up giving up on the stuff we did need for that Walmart trip. I ended up using the tools that I already had. Unfortunately, though, it made it a little harder because we didn't have the proper tools that we needed. But we got the job done on what we were at Walmart for the other that was actually recorded a week ago, but because I've been so busy with work, I haven't had time to edit or anything. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. That it took me a week to upload it almost. But yes, it was recorded a week ago. The whole thing with that is I initially asked the first employee I saw in the area to get somebody to unlock that showcase where we needed to see something. And the employee had said, okay, give me a couple minutes, I'll go find the person that's in the supposed to be in the area. That person never came back. 35 minutes later, right before I started recording, I then saw the employee just walking around doing nothing, playing on her phone. At that moment, I decided to call the store. I called the front of the store on my cell phone. I said, hey, I've been waiting like 40 minutes back here for somebody to open this showcase. Can we get somebody back here, please? I need to look at something to work on a vehicle. Okay, MySpace is saying $200 because the $30 cash back plus the $170 in stolen merchandise and the stolen cash itself. But then I started recording. Right before I started recording, I did notice that the gentleman that I said in the video is security. I've seen him several times there, dressed pretty much the similar. And he was standing there for a good 10-15 minutes before I recorded. When I first initially asked for assistance, he showed up 5-10 minutes later, just standing there looking at me and my buddies, because there was actually, as you saw, I talked to another one of my buddies in the middle. I noticed he was there. We started talking for a little while. The guys chilled by us, watched all three of us. And finally I called, asked for assistance. They said, okay, I'll have somebody there in a couple minutes. I waited about another 5-10 minutes. I broke my camera out. That's when I started to get agitated. I was like, I don't get how in this whole store this lady's walking around playing on her phone and not able to find me somebody to assist me with getting products and merchandise. And I recorded in fast motion. I sped up the video due to the fact that cut a lot. There was actually a lot of cuts in that video, and that's why I didn't add any After Effects, any transitions, any audio or anything. That video the recorded length of that video was actually 1.5 hours. That's a lot of recording time. You guys can't see in the video that well, but there are a bunch of employees walking packs back and forth, doing nothing, playing on their phones, talking about their private life, which is another reason there was no audio. Excuse me. Because, unfortunately, one of the groups of employees that just stood there, like 5-10 feet away from me, they're talking about some very inappropriate stuff to talk about while at work. Yes, it was the total of 2 hours. Half an hour before I recorded, a little over half an hour before I recorded, and then 1.5 hours of recording time itself. So, it was 2 hours, over 2 hours of recording and sitting and waiting. I don't know the exact length of time. I got rid of all the files already. The only files I still have are what my editing software will automatically keep on my device to prevent loss of the files. And like you said, Scaredy Cat, that lady should have helped us. We waited an additional 20 to 30 minutes even after I asked for that lady's assistance. And what is the worst part is the only reason that lady ever came up to us is because the fact that I was screaming. I'm so glad you guys are so busy doing nothing but playing on your phone to assist your customers. She said, "Oh, you guys never asked for assistance." I definitely asked for assistance, and you definitely have a policy. Walmart has a policy, as my buddy did say in the video. I don't know if I actually kept that in. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, but the policy that Walmart has is you're required to greet any customers you pass if you're not busy, and clearly you're not busy if you're playing on your phone. Then on top of that, I started to get really agitated. I volunteered with the fire department, doing a lot of help in the area. I actually learned a lot of the laws, and it got to the point where I started to scream and yell all the violations I was looking at in Walmart. It's against the law because the American Disability Act says you cannot keep any pallets or anything that is over actually a quarter of an inch in height that isn't obviously in a fixed thing, like shelves, obviously, counters, stuff that you can't move, cannot have any height over a quarter of an inch off the floor. So if it's not visible or something that is clearly non-movable, for instance, technically the pallets in the middle of the aisles where that area where I was at, even the ones they always keep there as showcases, is technically against the American Disability Act, but they can get away with those ones because they're claimed as non-movable objects. Those pallets with the pallets jacks still hooked to them is against the law, because somebody could run into it with a wheelchair. They could accidentally kick it and injure their foot because there's no employees watching them. And on top of that, then the fact that they're leaving the pallet jacks there, somebody could take that pallet jack, lift that pallet into the air. They're not heavy. I actually work with a forklift and a pallet jack. So once you get 1,000 plus pounds of products onto a pallet jack, you can push that pallet at a pretty good rate of speed, and you don't have to be that strong. So, for instance, say, I just start walking down the aisle and just start speeding up slowly but surely, I could then let go of the pallet and it just run into anybody and kill somebody. It could kill somebody. And then with the price gun, that's stupid to leave there. Yes, they did leave a price gun right on top of a pallet that nobody's watching. And I'm like, hey, being loud, obviously knowing that security guard is right there behind me, not far behind me. I go screaming and yelling, hey, let's change the price of this, that, and the other to make it where we can afford everything in here. Joking around. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. But my agitation level was to make jokes to make them notice that, they're in the wrong. Well, not even 30 seconds later, the security guard walked around the corner and actually told the employees that were talking in the aisle, one aisle over, that they need to remove that price gun. I may or may not go and attempt to change the prices on stuff. So, yeah, like you said, unsupervised kids could do anything. Yes, it's 11 o'clock at night, but this is a small town. There's not many people here. A lot of people let their kids go and do stuff at night, have fun. You get some rowdy teenager that just went to a freaking high school party. Yes, I know it's vacation still. Well, till tomorrow in my area. Tomorrow starts the first day of school. But, you get some kids that are having their end of the year party, summer parties. Well, they can get rowdy and end up going there and purposely hurt people with it, which is a lawsuit on Walmart. That's why it's not legal to leave it there, because it's against the law. I don't know if it's a national-wide law, but I do know if you look up your state you live in, you can look up the American Disability Act and find out what that state itself has under the American Disability Act stating you can't do these certain things. In Florida, it's kind of harder to find Florida's, because the fact that Florida, our laws, a lot of people try to interpret wrong, so they've actually made certain laws a little harder to find. Especially recently, I actually had a friend who was shot and killed in a parking lot, and the man who had shot him declared stand your ground law. If you guys don't know what stand your ground law is, in the state of Florida, stand your ground law states if you feel threatened with serious bodily harm or life-threatening harm to your threatening to your life, if you have a gun or any weapon. Oh, I shouldn't say gun on YouTube anymore. It's blaster. We get in trouble for saying that word now, so we have to call it a blaster. But if you have one and you murder somebody, you can get away with it. But in this case, everybody in Florida is actually trying to fight it. It was a wrongful stand your ground case. The guy was going looking for trouble. He has done it previously, so people are fighting for that one. But it's crazy, yeah. Alright, but to the whole point of this video, I've given everybody 22 minutes to YouTube doesn't approve of us saying certain words. They can demonetize our videos and content and everything that we can do. They can even kill my channel for certain words that violate their policy. And with all the violence lately, they've made it where blaster cannot be said as the other word. So that's why. The riddle's answer is not 270. It's not 230. It's not 100. Let me see what other answers we got. I know some people were saying 70. Some people were saying 30. Some were saying 200. I got a couple hundreds on here. Let's see. 270. 200. 260. He did lose money. No matter what, he's out of money. The amount the shopkeeper is out is $170. So the way you figure this out properly is the person goes and steals $100. He uses that $100 to steal technically $70 worth of merchandise. The 30 in it is to confuse you. The reason that is how you figure that it's 170 is the $100 is a full loss. The shopkeeper fully lost that $100. But then the guy goes and steals $70 worth of merchandise. $70 worth of his merchandise is gone. That $30 that was cash back is part of the $100 he initially had lost. So he lost $100 in cash itself and $70 in merchandise. My sound is all good. I can even... wait, hold up. Gotta unmute it on YouTube itself. Yep. See? It might be on your end, because on my end it sounds perfectly fine. No, my mic is never covered. I actually have an external mic I keep plugged in, so I don't know. But it's a very weird thing. I don't know. My audio didn't on my computer didn't muffle at all. I'm using an external mic, so I don't know. It might have been something with my thing, I don't know. But it's a very weird kind of riddle because it's set up to confuse you to assume it is 200. I can't cover my external mic. It sticks way far out. It's actually like pretty much it sticks out of my phone that much. It's 3 to 4 inches away from my phone. But it's the $30 is there to confuse you to assume that it's the 200. No, big fan of Oh My Gosh TV. What it is the $100, no matter what, is gone. The guy never gets that $100 back. He might be handed that 100 back, but he technically never got it back. It's to confuse you. It's a riddle. So, this is how I try to explain it to the other people. If you go into a store and you use a $100 bill to buy stuff, you're not stealing the $30 and change from the $70. So you have that $70, you have $30. Excuse me. The 30 is never important to the equation of figuring out the solution to this riddle. The $100 that you got is stolen out of the register itself. So that is a full loss. You can put that $100 to here and just look at this as a loss pot. Then the thief goes into the store, grabs X, X, and X, which is the equivalent of $70, and he goes and takes this $70 and just pops it right on top of that 100. Because that is not paid for. That is probably not paid for. Technically, he never paid for that $70 of merchandise. So, over here you have that 30 that you just said, goodbye, and you just threw it out the door. Because it equals nothing in the equation. It's the confuser of the situation to force you to go for the higher cost of stolen merchandise and money. And then the other part where people are getting the 100 is how much you lost, is they're not thinking about the fact of, yes, the guy said, the riddle says the man bought or buys $70 worth of merchandise with the stolen money. Stolen money is how he paid. You never see the money back. Exactly. That's where it is. So, $70 is lost. Alright? Then the $100 he stole out of the thing itself is lost. 1 second. I got a message. I gotta respond to this one real quick. So, nobody got it right. None of y'all got it right. And the prize was actually meant for private friends of mine. On my private social media, I was doing a prize for them because the huge fight I had on my Facebook about this riddle. And no, I am gladly off tomorrow. I've actually I worked the past 6 days in a row. 5 or 6 days I worked in a row. Our weekend was pretty busy. We had a lot of driving this weekend. But so then the $100 itself that the guy initially stole is in his pocket at all times, technically. You don't count the fact that the money is transferring hands again. Hey Patricia. So where people get confused on it is they think if the guy is paying for, I'm not buffering on my end. I'm actually saying that I am using 38 frames per second, which is the fastest the Streamlabs will allow me to do on my front-facing camera with my battery percentage. I can go all the way up to 60 frames on my front-facing camera normally, which is actually how I record all of my videos. But yeah, my rear-facing camera does up to 1,200 at 720, or a little lower at 1080. Yeah, like what the ghost? Okay, I'm very bad at reading names. I'm so sorry to every person on there, all my subscribers. If I ever say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm very bad at reading. I'm actually dyslexic, so reading names sometimes will completely mess with me and make it where I just mess up, and I feel so bad when I do it because I don't want to mess up on anybody's names because it makes me feel horrible. Exactly, MySpace. That's the problem that everybody's doing. The 30 is included in the 100 that's lost initially. So that's how you get the 170. And I feel bad because I have so many people that are like, oh no, you're wrong, John. Hey, it just went up to 40 frames a second. That's actually really good. You're wrong, John. I'm sorry. See? I'm so horrible. Oh my god. Oh, that's not nice to do. I thought I said it wrong. But yeah, a lot of times, a lot of the people on all the social media are trying to tell me I'm wrong because the fact of they think it's either 200 or 100. Those are the main two people believe it is because they think that the shopkeeper still made his money on the $7 worth of merchandise. But the guy didn't buy it with his own money. He bought it with the store's money that was stolen. And with the stolen money, it makes it where the 30 doesn't matter because it's from the initial stolen money. But the cost of the merchandise affects the amount that is lost to this store. And this is another thing that actually a lot of people unfortunately don't understand. I actually do work but I actually have worked in several industries actually. But the one I am currently in, I actually deal with even larger amounts of money at a time, to the point where if I mess up, I'm responsible. That's why I personally am very worried of when it comes to the money and money period. I'm very good with mathematics. Math was actually my best subject in school. I actually always was told, oh, why are you in the normal math class? You should be in the higher level. And I always would be like, oh, well, I didn't take the test. I failed the test. Or they would say, oh, well, we're having you test on the higher level of mathematics. If you do good, you'll go to the higher class. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to a class where I have to work really hard for the stuff I know already. I don't want to be doing even more math when I already know it very well. So for me, when it comes to math, I look at equations and just solve them in my head so quick in such a rapid succession that it loses everybody. My advanced mathematics, what that I personally did was actually instead of going to the classes they wanted me to take, where I actually had to worry about grades. When my brother was in college, I actually would take his mathematics books and study from them. And I would always make sure, even if I made something wrong on those equations, I would go back and figure out where I messed up. So it is more than just mathematics. It's understanding, it's understanding, where you can cancel stuff out, and being able to evaluate I'm trying to think of what they're called. It's grammar. It involves grammar. But evaluating, evaluating all of what is really going on. So for me, English was a very bad subject. So when it comes to the reading part of this equation, I try to very repetitively go over it again and again and again and again. So before I even first initially said what my answer was on the equation, though I still have the same answer then as I do now, it was, I know this answer is very plausible. Because I'm bad at English. Yeah, what's up, Lewis? I'm live streaming, by the way, so be careful what you say.
I didn't hear if you said you had to be woken up.
Nope, I am off tomorrow. Hey, first day in how long?
A week?
There's y'all's answer. Again, showing you how long it's
peanut
supposed to be.
butter fruity pebbles?
Yes, do not touch my peanut butter peanut butter.
Speak English.
Blah. But so for me, I was the type of person for this equation where I read it several times, and it took me a little while to make sure I understood everything because I'm dyslexic and I'm very bad at English. So with the one I found, I looked at it and I went, okay, but it says he bought $70 worth of merchandise with the stolen money. Well, that means any cash back is not an additional loss for the shop, because that's the money they already lost. That's how then I figured, you know what? This $30, just push it away. Ignore that. And now just go to the main two equations. And that equation in my head was cash plus merch equals X. And X is... Stop it, Brandy. X is the amount of money stolen. So for me, I looked at it as C plus M equals X. Yes, I did play Fortnite mobile for a while. I do not have it any longer because I've been too busy lately to be able to play it. So I just got it off my phone and got over it. I am working on making another video. I know, I'm very confusing when it comes to mathematics. I'm so sorry. I'm a nerd about math. And that is the biggest issue with me and my family, is all the women in my family are great at English and all the men are very good at math. I'm sorry for everybody I've confused the living daylights out of. And for me, I looked at it a little different than a lot of people normally would look at an equation. Everybody that is even looking at the thumbnail of this video is going, but says buys. Buys means he paid for it. Well, but if you read a couple words later, actually you hear my dog that will not stop scratching on the floor because she's a pain in my butt. And it's crazy for me to think that everybody's brain is so different. It's so different up here for every single individual person that 6 different people said 6 different responses. And some of the responses, some of you guys even said, were not even an option on the original link, the original riddle. The riddle came with 6 responses, I believe, and some of the responses some of you guys were saying were like 40, 75, 175. Well, how? I don't even know how y'all were getting those. No offense, but for me, I for some reason in my head, I personally can't process how to figure a problem wrong. And unfortunately, that was actually a flaw for me in school as well. Because in high school, I actually got kicked out of my mathematics class due to, I ended up, my teacher for my freshman year, which is grade 11 of high school, was doing an equation on the whiteboard. We didn't use whiteboards. It was actually a projector. Thank you. I know I'm smart when it comes to math. Don't come at me when it comes to English though. You best swerve left real quick with that. I know that's my right for me, but it's left on y'all's end. So sorry, it's confusing y'all. It's confusing me even worse. But he wrote an equation on the board, and everybody in my class was writing it down thinking it was right because he's the teacher. I started writing it down, got halfway through the equation, and started to write the answer. I had my answer correct. I wasn't listening to him who was actually giving us the answer. And then what I would do with math is I would get the equation, put it down, solve it, and then verify on the board that I was correct. And then I looked at his and I was like, that doesn't add up. I don't remember what the equation was, but it was so obviously wrong. It was off by such a big drastic amount, and I told him he was wrong. Well, not to say I was bad, or nice I should say, about how I said it. I did kind of get a little bit of lip when he kind of said I was wrong, about him being wrong. But he told me I was wrong. Sorry about that. I had to pop my arm. And when he told me I was wrong, I got really upset and mad, and I tried to explain how he was wrong. And he asked for me to go up to the board and explain how I got my answer. Because he didn't even show how he got his answer. And so because he asked me to go show how I got my answer, I went up on the board, wrote the correct equation fully down for either the answer he had or for the answer for the equation he had. So I put 2 different things onto the board to explain his issue. And on the board, I put the correct stuff, and then I solved for it. And when I solved for it, he realized he did make a mistake, and he got really mad that he messed up, and I was correct, and I corrected him. Well, at that point, he proceeded to get into my face, saying I was wrong, getting really mad at me. And he began to say very rude and disrespectful stuff to me and my whole class. And in this class, I actually was dating a girl in my class, and the moment he said something about the girl that I was dating was the moment that it went bad for him. I immediately began to call him out on his flaws, I'll just say. And I ended up getting written up for it. Went to the principal's office, and the principal asked me, what did I do that I'm down here? I explained everything, and the principal knew me so well. He was like, well, I feel like you probably didn't say it the nicest way. But I did, and I know I messed up. At the time, I didn't care. He made me mad. And, I didn't assault him or anything. I just got really angry and yelled at him very loudly. And the stuff he was saying is not professional whatsoever for a teacher to ever say to any students. And it's actually so inappropriate that I cannot personally say it at all here on YouTube. Otherwise, the demonetization will kick me right in my camera real quick. And I just said how he was a very rude, disrespectful number one. We'll just say that. Thanks. Thanks. But so he said that all me and my fellow students would ever grow up to be were dealers, hookers, and addicts. Yeah, I called him a MF. And when I called him an MF, it got me in a lot of trouble. So I ended up then actually reporting him to the school board for the fact of him being a bad teacher, saying some stuff that is not approved for teachers to say. They then made him a gym coach. And he's a lot better gym coach than he is in a teacher, because I didn't have him as a gym coach. Not gonna lie. That is honestly my personal reasoning to why I think he was a better gym coach. I didn't have to deal with him. All I had for gym, I actually had gym all 4 years of high school. And when he became a PE coach, I ended up still having gym class because all 4 years I had it. But isn't that okay? Yes, that is on because my phone is slowly dying, but it's still going. But all right, I'll try to figure something to go live for tomorrow. Since I'm off all day, I'll probably figure some another riddle to do. Go live for 2 hours. Give you guys a long time to figure out what you guys think the answer to a riddle is. Because I do love riddles as well. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually have a tattoo. It is the stupidest tattoo in the world. But, funny first for you. I'm just going to say that. And, it's about the Riddler. I actually love riddles. Riddles is something I love to do. I actually can come up with some good riddles that don't... I'll actually do detective type riddles. Because they make you think. And for everybody in here that's saying, I actually cannot bug Omar. I am low on gas and I have no money to go put a bunch of gas into my truck because it is not cheap right now here in Florida. Very, very expensive, and I don't like driving by and seeing $4 almost a gallon. That is how to make a man cry. I do not know if I'm going to be able to go to Gatorland. I think it's a weekend, which would mean I work. But I can attempt to go to Gatorland. But, yeah, I can do detective riddles because it actually will help strengthen your minds. And that's honestly what I go to bed watching is videos of riddles. So, yeah, it's a Saturday, so I cannot do that to my company. I work for a small business of a whole whopping 2 employees. Me and my coworker. So, sick don't work. Sick means fired. And, yeah, I kind of wouldn't like to lose my job. YouTube doesn't pay enough yet. Unfortunately, when I look at YouTube's pay, I kind of cry because I know how hard it is to grow. I know how hard it is to make money, period, on YouTube. I've actually been doing YouTube videos for a lot longer than most of you guys have personally seen. I've actually been doing YouTube videos. I started in high school, and I didn't start making money at all, like even a penny a month, until my first pay was August of 2016, so 2 years ago, was my first pay from YouTube. And that was a penny. Literally 1 penny. Now YouTube don't even do that. They don't allow you to if you don't have 1,000 subscribers or enough watch time to equal, I think it's $1 a month or something like that. They will not monetize you. And if you guys have the bell hit and it's not notifying you, you have to contact YouTube and let YouTube know that you are still having this issue. This is an issue the YouTube has told so many freaking YouTubers they fixed. And it's so annoying to see this still happening. That just made my day horrible. They're not fixed yet. The issue with me uploading a video every day is I can't find anything to record. For me, I could record everything every day that I do, but it would be really boring, really boring, because it would be really repetitive. I do the same thing all day, every day when I'm work. Deliver a bounce house, drive to where a bounce house goes, drive to pick it up, roll it up, clean it, and it's just boring after literally like the first day. You guys be like, why did he upload this? Why? But anytime I get a chance, I will crack out my phone and I will record, edit it as quick as I possibly can, and try to make a video, because I truly do love uploading. But at the same time, it makes it really hard to even upload when I'll even show you guys something. How about this? Let me pull this up real quick. YouTube. I don't know if it'll show. I'm trying to think of where it would be. I don't want to show you guys too much, but if I show you guys some, I can show you guys some stuff on the Creator Studio. If any of you guys are ever have ever done YouTube videos, you know what this page right here is. This page right here is Creator Studio, and look, this is bull malarkey. Look at this bull malarkey. My watch time in minutes is 6,000 minutes. Minutes, not hours. That's crazy. 2,000 views. 30 subscribers and 69 cents. That right there is a shame to see as a creator. Hold up. I don't know what that's going to. Oh, yeah, I definitely can't show you all that because that is definitely not something I need people seeing. Sorry, give me a minute here, y'all. Oh, and if you guys do make YouTube videos, I promise you, you need to go and find my video. I'll show you this video actually. This is the most important video I have uploaded to YouTube for any creator on YouTube that has a small channel, that is not making any money yet, that is under 1,000 subscribers, and I will show you how fast this site actually helps. I don't care what anybody says. This site is oh man, wrong spot, John. Why you gotta type in the wrong spot all the time, man? All right, I'm gonna use my dog as a tripod for a second here. Dog tripod works great. Okay. All videos. But if you guys do YouTube videos, you can go down to my channel, and in my on my channel I have this video that is actually my sponsors. They are great. They cost a little bit of money, but they do have the free version for you to try. Excuse me. But if you go to the paid version, excuse me, you get a lot of amazing features. Oh man, lunch is coming back to get me now. Hold up. Oh my god, this is another issue with YouTube. Ready? You see that? That is 0 views on a live stream. That is still processing. Processing. That is not uploaded from June 26th. And it's still not uploaded. There goes more money right out the window. I don't even remember. Oh, I had burgers. One of my customers made me burgers, because it was actually my coworker's friend. No, go away, too buddy. If you want to sponsor my channel, I currently do not have the sponsor button. I've repetitively emailed YouTube, and all they keep telling me is to keep waiting. But they're automated, bloody emails. And that is another issue with YouTube. If you're going to start uploading videos, I'm warning you now, don't ever expect any help from YouTube itself. Go right over to your partnership if you're partnered and ask them for help, because that's the only way. No, the processing factor is nothing to do with my phone, my computer. That is all YouTube. Because that video, every video on my channel at all, you're looking at how it's done. My cell phone. I never use any other, well, I can't say that. There are other videos where I did record using a Sony CyberShot. I think I actually, yeah, I got parts of it right here. I need to order this. Unfortunately, this little thingy from a camera, $180. I'm not replacing this thing anytime soon. But it is the motor for the lens. The motor didn't burn out on me. The motor actually is perfectly fine. I messed this up myself. I had another issue. I knew what the issue was. I fixed the issue hundreds of thousands of times on other cameras. I have too many dogs. I volunteer for a foster agency, so I have right now currently 3 foster dogs? 3 foster dogs, I think. And then my 2 Boston Terriers. But there's these little contacts right here that are sensors actually. They connect into a sensor to tell the board that the camera lens is extended enough. But unfortunately, I made a mistake. I pulled a little too hard on one and ripped it right off. That was the contact for a sensor. And unfortunately, it went on me. I gotta replace it. But yeah, if you do YouTube videos, look up this video. How to use TubeBuddy to get more videos for free. Views for free, not videos for free. I'm a dyslexic idiot today. Use my link that is right there, tubebuddy.com/JohnReen. You do that, they pay me some money, they hook a brother up, they hook you up with some stuff too. They hook you guys up with some good ways to get better views. If you go watch that video, if you're a YouTube creator, it'll help you. There's another app. There's an app on iPhone and Android. This app has actually been paying me some money right now too. They're actually paying me even better than YouTube is paying me. And this app will pay every person that goes and uses my link. If you guys would like my link, go over to my Facebook, John Reen, or you can look up my fan page on Facebook, which is John Reen YouTuber, I believe. I don't remember. I am barely ever on there, but I do get notifications for that. Good night. Big fan of Oh My Gosh TV. But if you guys message me on either one of those Facebook pages, I will send you the link to this, and they will pay you guys $1 just for joining using my link. Then on top of that, they actually pay you to watch videos on their app, just to watch videos. And I'm up to almost $10 in less than a week on this app. They're great. They have no issues. They have requirements for you to upload to it, though. That's the one and only issue. I am allowed to be a creator on there. The issue is with them is they don't want just anybody to be able to make this money how we make this money on this app as creators, because they're paying us so much more than YouTube is. Our videos are shorter on there. We're limited to 5 minutes on that app, but they pay us better. So, I mean, it's crazy if you guys go there. No, it is an actual app. If you guys do have me on Snapchat, you also saw it a couple days ago on my Snapchat story. It's real. It was really me posting that. This is an actual app. The link that I'm sending you guys, if you ask me for it, is the proper app. It's not going to give you a virus on your phone. It's not going to mess anything up. It is only available on your phone, but you do have to verify your phone number. They don't use any of it for anything. It is just to purely show that this isn't me with 10 different phones downloading the app, using my link to make money or anything. But if you go to that link, I will give you it if you don't have it yet. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. All of that stuff is in all my descriptions except for the live streams and recent videos, because YouTube has been hating me and not wanting to put it up there. But my Instagram is John Reen, John underscore Reen, John Reen 96. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I never type my Instagram or anything. I always screenshot it when people ask for it. But my Facebook page itself is John Reen. If you guys would like the link for the app itself, I'm about to end this live stream in a couple minutes. So if you guys would like the link for this app, have your phone ready. As soon as this video is done processing as an actual video, but if you guys go add me on all my social media, comment down below if you want the link on your phone, click on the link as soon as I send you guys it. I do not have a way to put it in there right now, otherwise I would, but it works. It's a great site. It's a great app. There's a bunch of YouTubers and stuff on there. There's like little cute videos people are uploading. But all these videos are uploaded by people who have minimum of 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. You do have to have a YouTube account to be a uploader, to be able to upload to this site. And anybody can make money on it. The way it works, because if you're just going to install the app, they will pay you $1 for installing it using my link. After that, you watch videos. There's actually a tab at the bottom of it that says task. You go to the taskbar and you do all those tasks. It's going to have one that says share what you've earned today. Open the box. Every hour there's a gift box you can open. The daily achievement above that box. And then it'll go share. Invite. Share. Watch. There's another couple of them. But if you do all those tasks, they will give you money. They give you fam coins. It's called family. When you install it, they give you all those tasks. You do them. As you do these tasks, it's also they're sending me more money as you're earning they call fam coins. FAM, just like me and Omar and the crew all call y'all fam, which is the funniest thing in the world to me. I've never heard of this app. One of my friends from school actually messaged me and was like, hey bro, go check this out, man. I was like, oh, that's ironic. Everything on here is called fam. But hey McCork, they will give you what's called fam coins. You exchange the fam coins to actual cash. Once you hit $30 cash, you can cash out onto PayPal. It's a great app though. But I'm going to bed. It is 1:04 a.m. Florida, Tampa, Florida time. I love you all. Peace.